Sakhe Kalaya Gaura Mudara Kalaya Gaura Mudara Kalaya Gaura Mudara
Sridham Prabhu. Yeah? We're chanting from here, praying for him right away from here.
Some people don't know.
Huh?
Some people don't know the situation.
Oh, some people don't know? Okay, so our dear Godmother Sridham Prabhu, very dear disciple of Srila Gurudev, can leave his body any minute, any moment. That's the latest update. So, if this happens, then in the middle of the program, we all have to go there. And those who want to go, and we're going to sing Maha Mantra for him. But he is in this situation right now. So let's pray for him all together. Pray to Srila Gurudev, Srila Trivikrama Gosai Mahārāja, Shri Gauranityam Prabhu, Shri Radha Krishna for his smooth departure and join Srila Gurudev in one of his pastimes somewhere. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Can you hear me? Hari Bol? Gaurangi, are you there? Hare Krishna? She's not answering. Hari Bol? So if you're hearing us, we all are here praying for the smooth departure of Śrīmad Prabhu, and we chanted Mahamantra, and you can also follow, same, you sitting next to him, you can chant Mahamantra next to him, and moment you get any updates, please inform us. Shravan, your phone is on. You please call Śrīmad Prabhu and we immediately come over. Hare Krishna. So, those who don't know, repeating again, one of our Srila Gurudev disciple, very dear to him, Śrīmad Prabhu, he can leave his body any minute. So we dedicating this program, this singing, hearing, Hari Katha, everything for his very smooth departure. May he join Srila Gurudev in one of his manifest pastime there and serve him from very childhood. This is what we pray. You all agree with me?
Yes.
Hare Krishna. So because today's this appearance day of Srila Bhaktivedānta Trivikrama Goswami Mahārāja. Om Ajnanatimrandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuramritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namaha. Gurve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Stadahalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namah. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Okay. We heard so many beautiful pastimes of Srila Gurudev, miraculous pastimes, and I'm sure everyone has some memories, not some, many memories of Srila Gurudev. Today is a very auspicious day. The appearance of Śrīmad Bhaktivedānta Trivikrama Goswami Mahārāja, very dear, bosom friend of Srila Gurudev, to whom Srila Gurudev addressed as the Shiksha Guru. Gurudev used to say that when I came to Mat, brought by Sri Bhaktivedānta Goswami Mahārāja, midnight from the train station, and he came to Param Gurudev, Śrīmad Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Mahārāja. And then Gurudev said, I was very new. I didn't know much about the standards of Gaudiya Math. So, from the beginning, Shri Trivikrama Mahārāja, Gurudev said, helped me a lot in understanding the Vaishnava culture, the etiquettes of Gaudiya Math, and the philosophy. Also, Gurudev said, I learned from Shri Bhaktivedānta Mahārāja, but with him there was some reverential mood, some distance, because he was Acharya and very close. But with Trivikrama Mahārāja, Gurudev said, I was very, very close. In many occasions, Gurudev said, Trivikrama Mahārāja protected me from Param Gurudev. So as we all, many of us, we know how Gurudev standard was. Very friendly, but also always correcting disciples, chastising disciples, and also sometimes spanking not only his disciples but also his godbrothers. Yeah. Param Gurudev was also very strict. So Gurudev said many times it happened so that I did some mistakes in services, and Trivikrama Mahārāja always took my side and saved me, taking all blame on him that it was my mistake. So in this way, Sri Trivikrama Mahārāja, he said, treated me as a younger brother. So he said, I'm eternally indebted to him. But a very good friendship mood, as we just saw in the video. Trivikrama Mahārāja always used to take side of Krishna, because he know very well that Bhaktivedānta Mahārāja always partial towards Radharani, is always speaking about glories of Radharani. So he's taking that opposite side to provoke Gurudev, so that everyone can hear more and more glories of Sri Radharani. Many of us, we observed this, especially in Navadvip Parikrama. At Samudragad, when we go there, the fight, the quarrel between Bhimsen and Samudrasen. Long story. Trivikrama Mahārāja always used to take side of Bhimsen, because Gurudev taking side of Samudrasen, the King Samudrasen. And so many topics, glories of Bhimsen, from so many perspectives that Bhimsen is superior. You know the story? Many of you know the story, no? Okay. Yudhishthira Mahārāja was performing a great yajna, Ashwamedh yajna, and he sent his horse. That was a system. So wherever the horse is moving in any territory, that territory belongs to the king who is performing this Ashwamedh yajna. So that was been done by Yudhishthira Mahārāja. That was with Yudhishthira Mahārāja. When the horse came into Bengal in Navadvip, at the place called Samudragad, King Samudrasen, who was presiding king then, he was thinking Bhimsen is a pure devotee of Krishna and very dear to Krishna. And if I arrest him, then definitely Krishna going to come and protect, save his devotee, because Krishna is Bhakta Vatsala, is affectionate to his devotees. And in this way I'll get the darshan of Shri Krishna. So Samudrasen, he tied Bhimsen, has some fight with him and tied him to have darshan of Shri Krishna. And in this way, Samudrasen, King Samudrasen had darshan of Krishna. Not only Krishna, he had darshan of Mahaprabhu. So, very short story, but it's very elaborate though. But I just spoke in a short version. So Trivikrama Mahārāja taking side of Bhimsen, saying that Bhimsen is superior and Samudrasen is wrong. This is not the proper etiquette to have darshan of Krishna. This is not favorable mood. If Samudrasen wanted to have darshan of Krishna, then he has to do some sadhana, some practice and please Krishna. What is this etiquette of binding a devotee to have darshan of Krishna? But Gurudev, on the contrary, Gurudev is giving many answers to the questions of Trivikrama Mahārāja, saying that hook or crook, the intent is more important. The intent of Samudrasen is not to bind or to harm him in any way, but the intent is to have darshan of Krishna. So intent in spiritual practice, in bhakti, intent is most important thing. So therefore there is no fault of Samudrasen, and he is more superior because he had darshan of Mahaprabhu. Radha Krishna combined, and Bhimsen only got darshan of Krishna. Radharani is not there. So Trivikrama Mahārāja is taking side of Bhimsen, and you can't imagine, from so many scriptural perspectives, he is glorifying Bhimsen a lot. That Bhimsen is one of the Pandavas, and the 5 Pandavas, they perform austerities at Radha Kund in Brajmandal. So he is not less. And so Gurudev cutting his arguments. So Mike was getting snatched by both of them. I will speak something, and there's like endless arguments, loving arguments. Endless, non-stop. Finally, because it's getting late in the parikrama, it was getting late in the parikrama, then Gurudev said, Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Because there is no end to this loving quarrel. So always Trivikrama Mahārāja was taking side of Krishna. And in Braj Mandal Parikrama, as we all know, Gurudev, his mission is to, and his words is always glorifying Radharani. So seeing this, Trivikrama Goswami Maharaj always taking side of Krishna, that Krishna is superior. Your Radharani, Gurudev saying, Trivikrama Maharaj saying to Gurudev, your Radharani is submissive to Krishna. She feels agitated without seeing Krishna. Day and night she is chanting Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. So who's superior? Krishna is superior. Then Gurudev said, no, you're wrong. You're not reading Shastras. You're not following Bhaktivedānta Thakur words. Radhika charana renu bhushana kariyatanu anyase pave giridhari. Krishna is the one who bowed down to Radharani's feet and placed his lotus, his peacock feather, his flute, and himself totally rolling on the ground to beg mercy of Radharani. Bole tuhu bina kaha ras, tuhu lagi mor brajabas. Krishna is in separation calling out Radhe Radhe. Oh Radhe Radhe, please Radharani bless me. What is my purpose of staying in Braj? Only because of you I am here. And without you, Ras Leela cannot take place. So Gurudev is giving so many points from songs of Bhaktivedānta Thakur and scriptures. But Trivikrama Maharaj very staunch. No, Krishna is superior. And we just saw this. This was in Rup Sanatana Gaudiya Math, in Kartik Parikrama. Trivikrama Maharaj constantly, even hearing about Gurudev, is teasing him. He used to tease him a lot. Teasing in his speech, in his lectures. And that teasing is actually to provoke Gurudev to speak more the glories of Radharani. And who's getting benefited with this loving quarrel? The whole audience. Because devotee is making notes. What Trivikrama Maharaj is saying, Krishna is so superior, and whatever he is saying, all valid points, very strong points. And there cannot be anything more than this. Conclusion. But the next page starts with Gurudev's Radharani's glories. And when Gurudev stops speaking, and they say, yes, this is a conclusion. But then Trivikrama Maharaj overlapping him, and again speaking more about Krishna. So endless topics. Everyone got benefited with this, Shastras. Not like there's a quarrel or fight, but it is just a scriptural debate, we can say. I remember I used to fan Trivikrama Maharaj in Navadvip Parikrama. I was very young then. I'm speaking year 2000, 2001. So Trivikrama Maharaj, not every time he was going to Parikrama, or if he goes to Parikrama, he used to come back early. And always resting on his armchair behind the altar at Śrīmad Gaudiya Math in Navadvip. And his sevak always calling me, Prabhu, Krishna Kripa, fan Maharaj. So I used to fan him. And Trivikrama Maharaj, at first place he asked me, what's your name? I said, Maharaj, my name is Krishna Kripa Das. You are Narayan Maharaj disciple? I said, no, I am Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj disciple. Then a smile came on his face. He said, oh, your Guru Maharaj and my Guru Maharaj, they were very close friends. And not only that, your Guru Maharaj had Guru Buddhi towards my Guru Maharaj. Guru Buddhi means that my Guru Maharaj always taking Shri Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj as his senior godbrother. And this is true. Guru Maharaj wrote a letter of condolence when Param Gurudev left this world. In that letter, Guru Maharaj wrote, the only purpose of visiting Chaitanya Math in Mayapur is to have your darshan, Shri Vinod Bihari Brahmachari, to have your darshan and to associate with you. Since you left this world, there is no purpose of visiting Chaitanya Math because you are the life and soul of Sri Chaitanya Math. And and how you served, how you served Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, no one can serve like that. So I am your godfather. I beg for your mercy. I beg for your mercy. This Prithvi, this earth is devoid of Vaishnava, a great Vaishnava like you. So with so much emotions and tears in his eyes, Guru Maharaj always glorified Param Gurudev. So Trivikrama Goswami Maharaj, moment he heard the name, he recalls about his Guru Maharaj dealing with my Guru Maharaj. And then he was very strict, also very friendly. As Nirguna Prabhu was saying that with Diksha Guru there is always some fear or reverence, but with Shiksha Guru there is always very friendly mood. So with Trivikrama Goswami Maharaj, everyone felt very friendly mood. And he was also not only Gurudev, he was protecting the disciples of Gurudev from the anger of the chastisement of Gurudev. Hide under my bed. Narayan Maharaj is looking for you, hide under my bed. So in this way, but it was also very strict, telling everyone the purpose of your life. If you're not worshipping Hari Guru Vaishnava, the purpose is defeated. If you're not chanting Krishna Nam, means Hari Nam, then the purpose is defeated. Then your life is similar to life of an animal. Very harsh words. Trivikrama Maharaj always used to utter one verse. Tato tu sangam usijjat satsu sajet buddhiman sant eva chindanti mano vyaksavan uttavi. Tato tu sangam usijjat. Giving up all bad association, one should always try to associate with devotees. Always try to avoid bad association. This is a bad association which gives us entanglement and engrossed in that bad habits. Association matters. If you cannot flock like birds of the same feather, right? If you cannot, then ask that bird or that pure Vaishnava to please make me your own. Association matters a lot. So it's always advisable by all acharyas, all scriptures, to be in good association. Then you will learn so much. Otherwise, Sant eva chindanti mano vyaksavan uktavi. A sadhu always carrying a sword in his hand, in his mouth. What is that sword? Very powerful words. Hearing those words, what happens? It cuts the knot of the heart. What is the knot of the heart? The attachment for sense gratification. Bhukti and mukti. तार मध्य मोक्षवांचा कैत प्रधान जा होइले कृष्ण भक्ति है अंतर्ध्यान. कहाँ से स्टार्ट होता है? तार मध्य मोक्षवांचा कैत प्रधान जा होइले कृष्ण भक्ति है अंतर्ध्यान. भुक्ति मुक्ति सिद्धि कामे सकले अशांत. तार मध्य मोक्षवांचा कैत प्रधान. Sorry, I'm forgetting the first line. The desire for sense gratification and desire for mukti, this is bad association. And sadhus, if a sadhu is really well-wisher, not that, oh, if I speak harsh to you, or if I don't correct you, then you'll not be my friend anymore. Then you're not going to give me sweet anymore. Then you're not going to give me a donation anymore. Then you'll not be going along with me anymore. That's not the nature of sadhu. So please understand this. Sadhu is a friend, but not an ordinary friend. He's a well-wisher. So what is good for you, not good for your mind, he will speak directly on your face. Sometimes in a very friendly mood, but sometimes with a very chastising mood. So consider that person to be sadhu, well-wisher. He actually wishing us. So Trivikrama Mahārāja was acting as a Shiksha Guru to all the disciples of Srila Gurudev, correcting them wherever they were wrong. Once upon a time, in Navadvip Parikrama, on a dais, 3 acharyas, 3 pillars, Srila Vaman Gosai Maharaj, Trivikrama Gosai Maharaj and Gurudev, in the front line. And then all other sannyasis in the back, like 50, 70 sannyasis. What amazing scene. And Gurudev always used to bring up some new topics to deliberate on, and hearing from many sannyasis what their perspective. I remember this once upon a time Gurudev said, so today our meditation is, we are in Navadvip Dham, and many devotees, they also go to Nilachal, Jagannath Puri Dham. So which Dham is superior? Which Dham is superior? Say, he asked many sannyasis. 99% sannyasis said, Jagannath Puri is superior. Because Mahaprabhu manifested, he manifested Sattvic Bhav, ecstasis, transcendental ecstasis. Sometimes becomes like a tortoise, all the limbs going inside his body. And sometimes all the limbs get open and become huge, gigantic form. So he relished so many transcendental ecstasies in Jagannath Puri. So Jagannath Puri Dham is superior. And in the last, as usual, Gurudev always conclude with something which never heard before. So Gurudev said, no. We all are, whatever points you said, good points, but this is not the conclusion. Navadvip Dham is superior than Sri Jagannath Puri. And Gurudev gave so many references to prove his point. First of all, when we chant Gaur Mantra, those who are initiated, we chant Gaur Mantra, Gaur Gayatri. The names which are mentioned in Gaur Gayatri, Gurudev said this, these names are from of Mahaprabhu from Navadvip, not from Jagannath Puri. Second point, the Ashtakali Leela, the eightfold pastimes of Mahaprabhu, it manifests here in Navadvip, not in Puri. Just like this Ashtakali Leela of Shri Radha and Krishna. There is also eightfold Ashtakali Leelas of Shri Mahaprabhu, and that all happened in Navadvip, not in Puri. And in this way, I don't remember now so many points, but Gurudev gave a list of points and proved that Navadvip Dham is superior than Sri Jagannath Puri Dham. And everyone give a big shout, Jai Gurudev Ki Jai, and Navadvip Dham Ki Jai. So this was over. Next day, after Parikrama, I always used to come before the Parikrama party because I get the chance to fan Trivikrama Mahārāja. So I was fanning him, sitting next to him, and a group of Western devotees, they just entered the temple. Seeing them, Srila Trivikrama Mahārāja called upon, come here, sit down. You remember Hari Katha from yesterday? He said, yes, Maharaj, it was amazing. So what Narayan Maharaj concluded? Which Dham is superior from your perspective? And he also said, he didn't give me mic, otherwise I could have stopped him right there. So what is your perspective? The devotee said, Gurudev, whatever he said, that's our perspective. Navadvip Dham is superior. Maharaj, he gave a pause and he smiled. He said, you know what? I heard your Gurudev Narayan Maharaj is leaving Parikrama and is going Jagannath Puri tomorrow morning. There's some urgent work there. So you guys continue Parikrama here. Is it? You going to Parikrama here, or are you going to go with him? No, we will follow him. Trivikrama Mahārāja said, then why are you going Jagannath Puri? Stay in Navadvip. Because Navadvip Dham is superior, right? Then stay in the superior Dham. Why you have to follow your Gurudev going to Puri? He said, because Gurudev is everything. He said, hence, I'm right, he's wrong. Trivikrama said, because Jai Sthane Vaishnavan, Sai Sthan Vrindavan, Sai Sthan Anand Vishesh. Wherever your Gurudev Narayan Maharaj, a pure devotee of Krishna, is present, that dham is superior. This is my conclusion. Trivikrama said. So it's not that he's cutting the arguments of Gurudev. He was, but to glorify him indirectly. To glorify him. Understand? This was his art. He said, wherever Narayan Maharaj is, that dham is superior. If he goes to Vrindavan, then Vrindavan is superior. If he goes to Navdeep, then Navdeep is superior. If he is going Jagannath Puri, then Jagannath Puri is superior. Because wherever pure devotees, they always make that dham superior. Another occasion, we were in Rup Sanatan Gaudiya Math in Vrindavan, and in the morning, Gurudev gave Harikatha, very beautiful glories of Seva Kunj, the heart of Vrindavan. The glorious pastime Radha Krishna takes place here, and you know, we all know how Gurudev's style. And after he completed class, he said, now I'm going in my room for some rest, and now Trivikrama Maharaj is going to speak Harikatha. When Gurudev he left that stage, everyone started following Gurudev. And only 2-3 devotees were sitting with Srila Trivikrama Maharaj. And Trivikrama Maharaj smiled and commented, he said, you know, all the gopis and manjaris, they left. All the gopis left, and only sadhakas are here with me. And when Gurudev, when he turned back and saw everyone is following me, this is disrespect to Trivikrama Maharaj. And Gurudev was angry and upset, and chastised all of them. Go! Hear from him! Then everyone came down and sat there. There's an order, instruction from Gurudev. Then Trivikrama Maharaj said, how many of you are gopis? Or how many of you want the gopi bhav? Everyone said, yes, that's the best thing. Gopi bhav, to become a gopi is the best thing. Trivikrama Maharaj said, yes, okay. You know, I just got a news. Krishna left his body, he died. Everyone, what Maharaj is saying? Yes, seriously, Krishna just died. And they were smiling, laughing. Then Trivikrama Maharaj blasted on them. This is your gopi bhav? Gopis, when they heard that Krishna had headache, they fell unconscious on the ground. And as I'm saying Krishna is dead, he died. And you're laughing and smiling. And you're thinking you are gopis. Just by uttering gopi, 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 you will not become gopi. Even the frogs in Hilo Island chanting gopi all night. All night I'm hearing them chanting gopi, gopi. They will not become gopi by chanting. To follow gopi bhav, raganuga bhakti, sadhan, intense sadhan like Goswamis, sankhya purvak naam gan natabi kala vasani kritau, nidra har vihar kad vichitau chatyant dino chayo. Gopi bhav, Radha Krishna pada, guna smrite madhuriman, Vande Rupa Sanatano Bhattajugo Shijiva Gopalako. Sankhya Purvaka Nama Gana Natabi. Chanting. The most important is chanting. Fixed number of rounds every day. How many devotees are committed to this? I'm not asking. Trivikrama Maharaj asked this. You want to become a gopi, but how many of you are chanting every day? Are committed to chanting? How many times you are paying obeisances? What is your mood? What is your intent? And you just artificially, phonetically, just want to become a gopi. So this is like cutting the knot of the heart. What Narayan Maharaj is saying is 100% correct. But become qualified to receive this. That was the mood. Okay? In other words, he was glorifying the association of Srila Gurudev. How come? That even your Gurudev is speaking very high topics, but how he performs sadhana in his life. Srila Gurudev, he used to chant all day and night. Sometimes eating, sometimes not eating. Many times not sleeping at all. Like Goswamis. And Gurudev claimed this. Once upon a time Gurudev said this. He said, there was a time for few months I performed bhajan like Goswamis. Where? In Govardhan. Like Goswamis. Where? The same spot where we have our mutt in Govardhan. There was no any buildings around them. It was just jungle. And there was a big, like a water tank. It's kind of house. Like a structure. And Gurudev used to climb there and doing bhajan, sadhana, day and night, weeping and crying. Strong sadhana. And that's why he's giving us access to Gopi Bhav. Not that he's just making you Gopi overnight. He's giving access. Making us qualified. But we have to do foremost chanting. There cannot be anything superior than chanting. Chanting is the best worship. Chanting is the best service. Chanting is the best atonement. There is no other atonement other than chanting. Only Mahamantra can give us qualification. Harinam is everything. This is how Sri Trivikrama Goswami Maharaj used to conclude, emphasizing more on sambandha. Establish your relation first. You have no relation with Hari Guru Vaishnavas, especially with Guru and Vaishnavas. No sambandha, no relationship. Then how are you going to cultivate your Krishna consciousness? What is Krishna consciousness? It's not just a movement. The consciousness which always thinks about Krishna. It's not just a movement. Oh, I am in Krishna conscious movement. But where is your consciousness? My consciousness is animal consciousness. Say Pashu Bodo Durachar. Shinottam Thakur is saying. With animal consciousness, and I'm thinking of Gopi Bhav. How is that possible? So he was carrying the sword in his mouth. Those words, harsh words, cutting the knots of the heart, of sense enjoyment. And other times, very funny, very friendly, giving prasadam, so much caring for devotees. I remember I was sitting outside his store in Navdeep Mutt, and then all of a sudden, second day of the parikrama, dark rain clouds, and those who have attended Navdeep Parikrama, pilgrimage, those who come there, Bengalis, poor people, they're just lying here and there, no shelter, no roof, nothing. And Trivikrama Maharaj saw dark rain clouds and going to shower any minute. And even those poor Bengalis, they were like scared where to go if there will be storm or rain. Trivikrama Maharaj came out from his room. I stood up and he looked like this. He said, I always thought Mahaprabhu is very merciful. Where is your mercy? He pointed out like this. Can't you see so many people, they came for you? Where is your mercy? He said like this. And what happened? No rain. No rain. Cloud got dispersed. Everyone got saved. Otherwise, big chaos then if the rain comes. So Trivikrama Maharaj prayed to Mahaprabhu for all those devotees who are assembled there. Just by saying that I heard Mahaprabhu is very merciful, where is your mercy? Another occasion, we went to Godrum Deep. These are some certain pastimes which I am witness of, eyewitness. Godrum Deep, in the Samadhi of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And there Gurudev and Trivikrama Maharaj, both, they were leading Parikrama. Srila Vamana Goswami Maharaj, he wasn't coming much to the Parikrama. And how many devotees? 7,000, 8,000 devotees. Gurudev gave this mic to Trivikrama Maharaj and said, please glorify Bhaktivinoda Thakur. We want to hear Hari Katha. I was just sitting there, just near to Trivikrama Maharaj there. And I was watching what's happening. Gurudev gave this mic to Trivikrama Goswami Maharaj, and Trivikrama Maharaj offered the Pranam mantra of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Namo Bhaktivedānta Satchidananda Ganamane Gaur Shakti Sarupaya Rupanuga Varayate. And he just said, we came to this Mahapurusha at the lotus feet of this great Mahapurusha. And if we realize the contribution of this Mahapurusha have done for the entire world, that's all. Only just he said, if we are going to understand and realize the contribution this Mahapurusha has given to us, he cannot speak further. There was like pause. And he started crying and weeping bitterly like a child. Crying and crying and crying. Wasn't able to speak anything further on this. Hence, everything is set with those tears. Seeing him, Srila Gurudev also started crying. He was realizing what Trivikrama Maharaj wanted to say. Because Navdeep Dham, who manifested Navdeep Dham, the birthplace of Mahaprabhu, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Gaur Nam, Gaur Dham, Gaur Kam. Gaur Nam, Gaur Dham means Navdeep Mayapur, and Gaur Kam, the purpose of Mahaprabhu, his philosophy. Who introduced this to the entire world? Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. By his songs, by his books, by his lectures. He is the one who introduced Mahaprabhu and propagated Mahaprabhu all over. And many details into this. And so, when both were crying, when all devotees assembled there, they also started crying and weeping. All devotees who were in the Parikrama, seeing these two great devotees, Mahapurushas, weeping and crying at the lotus feet of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, they all start shedding tears. So the whole Parikrama environment was just like weeping and crying and very like silent kind of mood. And understanding the situation, then Gurudev asked brahmacharis to sing. And even Gurudev wasn't able to speak anything. He said, we will speak on Bhaktivinoda Thakur in the evening session. But there was bhajans of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And even in those bhajans, Trivikrama Maharaj was constantly crying and crying and crying. Sambandha. Such close sambandha. Realizing, it's called realization. What my Gurudev has given to me. I was like a worm in a stool. He pulled me from that street, from an animal consciousness, surpassing the animal consciousness to the human consciousness, and from the human consciousness to the Vaishnava consciousness. Took us from the streets. Otherwise, what is the purpose of life? So how much is important to me? Srila Gurudev, how much Prabhupada, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is important to me? Realizing this. Not just speaking about this, but realizing this. So he showed this. Another instance, Srila Bhaktivedānta Bharati Goswami Maharaj Ji, he gave one story. Once Gurudev and Trivikrama Maharaj Ji, they were performing Nilachal Parikrama, Purushottam means Jagannath Puri Dham Parikrama. And they were in Tota Gopinath temple. Srila Bhaktivedānta Bharati Goswami Maharaj Ji, he was not in the Parikrama of Gurudev, but he just came randomly to have darshan. And he saw everyone is sitting there, so he was so happy. Then, first of all, Gurudev, he always giving mic to Trivikrama Maharaj to speak first, because he's senior godmother, so senior. And Trivikrama Maharaj, his style was to always establishing sambandha by showing that I have not attained anything, I have not achieved anything until now. So he said, what is the purpose of my parikrama here? I am doing this Navdeep Jagannath Puri darshan and parikrama from so many years, and nothing affected me. I am still same. Then what is the point? What is my use of doing parikrama? This is useless for me. Everyone was watching Trivikrama Maharaj, what he's saying. They got a little depressed. And considering the situation, Gurudev, this is what Srila Bharati Goswami Maharaj is telling. Considering the situation, Gurudev looked in the eyes of Srila Bharati Maharaj and eye to eye contact, and want him to clarify what Trivikrama Maharaj is saying. Otherwise, everyone is just confused. That there is no purpose, there is no use of doing parikrama. We done so many years, nothing is happening, we are same. I am same. No impression in the heart, no change in the lifestyle, no change in the habits, not develop any taste in chanting, no develop any taste in serving, no respect to Vaishnavas, no regard to Gurudev's instruction. Then what is the use? Then Gurudev gave this mic to Srila Bharati Maharaj, now you speak. And Srila Bhaktivedānta Bharati Goswami Maharaj said, I heard what Trivikrama Maharaj said, and not an ordinary person can speak like this. It looks like he spoke in a very ordinary, basic way, but this words of him shows that he had higher association. Only those who had higher association, only they can speak these words. Because humility is the ornament of the Vaishnavas. They don't boast themselves saying that, oh, I attained, I achieved, I am this, I am that. They always manifest some abhav, some lacking there. This is the nature of Vaishnavas. This is how Srila Bharati Maharaj is glorifying Trivikrama Maharaj's speech, which was so confusing to the devotees there. Yeah. Lacking. And then he gave example of Shri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Shri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is saying, Jagai madai hayite mui se papisht, puri se kit hayite mui se lagisht, मोर नाम सुने जय तार पुण्य खय, मोर नाम ले जय तार पाप है, एमन निर्घन मोरे केवा कृपा करे, एक नित्यम बिना जगत भीतरे. Who wrote Chaitanya Charitamrita? Who wrote Chaitanya Charitamrita? Huh? Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. How many of you know this? How many of you don't know this? Then read Chaitanya Charitamrita if you don't know. If you really want to progress in bhakti, take my words and put in your heart. If you really want to progress in bhakti, or in other words, if you don't want to progress in bhakti, don't read Chaitanya Charitamrita. Then don't even touch this book. But if you want to progress in bhakti, in understanding that we are sadhakas, we are practitioners, and The aim and object is to attain Krishna. But what standards we need to follow? Who is Mahaprabhu, what he came to give, and how his teaching is without examples. Read Chaitanya Charitamrita 30 minutes every single day. 30 minutes. Not a book reading, not for the sake of reading, but for the sake of understanding. Taking a pencil with you and you're reading, mark that. But then some devotee says, yeah, I read the first volume, but then I forget. How to keep it in memory? Very easy. Everyone like to chat? Everyone have friends? So whatever you read 30 minutes, call one of your friends and speak out. You know, I read this, Mahaprabhu was doing this, but wait a minute, I forgot. Wait, what is written? Yes, he's doing this, he taught this is pastime. If you speak one time to one of your friends and 2 times, it always stays in your memory. Just repeat that 2 times. Best way to have friendship on call. Call one of your friends or your family member. Husband, wife, husband, children. You know, while serving prasadam to your children, you know what I read today? You want to hear? No, mommy, I don't want to hear. Still you hear. Hear this. Okay, for my sake. Just hear. 5 minutes. And give the conclusion. Believe my words. It's going to stay in your memory once you repeat that. In 24 hours, 30 minutes only. So interesting Chaitanya Charitamrita. So interesting. So much. You will be so happy to hear, read this. Then and only then you can progress in bhakti. Otherwise, it will be just like a ritual. Preachers will come, nice Hari Katha, Kirtan, Prasadam, Hari Bol. How many years this has been happening? Where is the progress? And what is the progress? We will always going to be same, you know that example, rowing the boat, but the anchor is still there. No benefit. No benefit. This is not a religious activity. This is a spiritual activity. We are not here for the sake of religion. It's not a religion. It's not a ritual. It is a serious and sincere affair to advance. Advancement of consciousness just by reading Chaitanya Charitamrita, believe me, that's the essence of all scriptures. Chaitanya Charitamrita. क्या बोलना था? So Chaitanya Charitamrita written by the author is Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. And who is he in the Radha Krishna pastime? Which Manjari? Who said? I didn't ask you. You know every answer. Kasturi Manjari. Understand? One who is so dear to Radharani. So dear to Radharani. He is writing the 3-volume Chaitanya Charitamrita, entire pastime of Mahaprabhu with Siddhanta. But you know how he is presenting himself? He is giving his signatures. What are signatures? He is reflecting his humility with the words, Jagai Madai Haite Muise Papish. I am more sinful than Jagai Madai, the rocks on the street in Navdeep. Puri se kit haite muise lagisht. I am more lowly than a worm in a stool. Anyone who utters my name, all his pious deeds will go in vain. Anyone who hears my name occurs sinful reactions. I am so abominable. But I have only one hope. Nityam Prabhu, only Nityam Prabhu. is my hope, and He will never deceive me. He's my everything, He's my master. And I'm such in a degraded situation. He's the author and He's writing this. So Srila Bharati Mahārāja said, so can we understand the words of Kaviraj Goswami true? Rupa Goswami, who is Priya Sarupe, Daita Sarupe, who is the dear form of Shri Radharani and Mahaprabhu, so close to Mahaprabhu. Rupa Goswami, who wrote so many books, but is addressing himself as Varak. Varak means? Varak? You see Bhakti Sama Sindhu, first, I think second or third verse, Bhakti Sama Sindhu. Varak Rupopi. Tasya Hare Padakamalasya Vande Chaitanya Devasya. Parvishtam. What is that? Anyway, he is addressing himself as Varak, means most unintelligent person. So can we believe, or should we believe, that Rupa Goswami is most unintelligent person? And in the song Krishna Dev Bhavantam Vande, Rupa Goswami Pad is saying, Bhakti Rudanchati Yadyape Madhav Na Toi Mama Tila Matri. O Madhav, I have not cultivated bhakti and the size of a sesame seed towards you. Are these words true? And what this verse shows? Higher association. One who always have higher association, there is no need to practice humility, it just comes spontaneously, by default. By default. When the acharyas like Rupa Goswami and Kaviraj Goswami saying like this, that means they are associating higher authorities. And this is the result of the association that they are expressing, that intense humility. And therefore in that same lineage, Srila Bhaktivedānta Trivikrama Mahārāja saying that there is no use of doing parikrama because he has done so many years. This means, don't take these words as it is. This means, this shows he had higher association. So Srila Bharati Mahārāja, he glorified Trivikrama Mahārāja for his speech there. This is the mood of Srila Bhaktivedānta Trivikrama Goswami Mahārāja. One more, last time. We were walking on the streets of Vrindavan with Trivikrama Mahārāja, a couple of devotees, and we crossed Shri Radha Damodar temple. And there Shri Trivikrama Goswami Mahārāja, he sat down at the gate, but he was not going inside. And devotees, out of curiosity, said, Mahārāja, let's go inside. You have darshan of Radha Damodar. He said, no use. I'm having darshan from so many years. He don't speak. Then what is the use going inside if you don't speak? Let's go. And devotees got confused. What he's saying? Vaishnava always encourage us to go and have darshan of the deities. And he's saying there is no use. This is how Trivikrama Mahārāja, we always used to speak like this. Confusing. But the big and deep purport behind his speaking, not just light words, it has so much gravity. The devotees got confused. And when Mahārāja saw their faces, they were confused. Mahārāja said, I would rather go to Rup Sanatan Vat, where actually Damodar speaks. Damodar speaks means your Gurudev Narayan Maharaj. He is not different from Damodar, means Radha Damodar. Sakshad Haritena Samast Shastre Hitasya Tava Bhakta Eva Sadvi Kintu Prabhuya Priyevatasya Vande Guru Shri Charanara Vindam. I would prefer to go there to hear from him, because by hearing Harikatha from Shri Bhaktivedānta Narayan Maharaj, by hearing, then we get the vision to see Radha Damodar. Otherwise, what are you going to see? Just form of Krishna playing flute and is not speaking. And Even you don't know what to say to him. What are you going to say? Nice flute, big crown, nice ankle bell, all this. But what to say to him, what to pray to him, how to see him, which prospect, which mood, who's going to teach this? Vaishnavas. Therefore, if there is a choice, option, choose Krishna or Vaishnavas. Whom are you going to choose? How many of you say Krishna? I will choose Krishna. How many of you choose Vaishnavas? This is the essence of the Shastras. If there's option choosing Krishna and Vaishnavas, always choose Vaishnavas. And here Vaishnava means not my devotee, not my friend. Hey, my friend is Vaishnava. My wife is Vaishnava too. My husband is Vaishnava, so I'm associating every day. Gurudev used to give this story. A big reciter of Śrīmad Bhagavatam, preaching in villages in Bengal, thousands of people sitting there, giving so much instructions. Serve Vaishnava, serve Vaishnava, serve Vaishnava, feed them. You get Sukritis, you get Bhakti. When he came back home, his wife cooked so many preps and she's packing in her box, and husband asked, where are you going? She said, oh, one sannyasi has come. He's a great Vaishnava. I'm going to go and feed him. Because, I'm so inspired by hearing a lecture that we should serve Vaishnava. He said, nonsense, stupid. I'm Vaishnava, you are Vaishnava. What is the need of third Vaishnava? Serve me. Because I'm also Vaishnava. Ami Vaishnava, tu bhi Vaishnava. Our children are also Vaishnava. Our children are Vaishnava. So what is the need of another Vaishnava? Not this Vaishnava. Higher Vaishnavas. Higher association. Come to them. Ask question. Cry in front of them. Not crying for fights or some family issues. Cry for the real purpose, for real reason. I'm not progressing. How can I progress? Oh Vaishnavas, please teach me, please guide me, please correct me. I'm surrendering myself. You can chastise me, you can correct me. I'm open. Don't close doors there. Open your windows and doors there and let them go in to say whatever they have to. Otherwise, if you don't close, they will just flatter you a little bit and you will be saying, he's very nice, very polite, very friendly. It's called deceit. Bereft of his darshan, bereft of his mercy. But approaching them with open doors. You have all rights to say whatever you can. You can even slap me. Because I want my progress. Understand? Progress, very important. Otherwise, anchor is just stuck there. Where is anchor is stuck? The knot of the heart. So, dear devotees, don't take my offense. And don't take my words like that. I'm just repeating the words of Srila Trivikrama Maharaj, Srila Bharati Goswami Maharaj and all great acharyas who were actually acting as well-wishers and carrying the sword in their mouth, cutting that knot which is so difficult and we unable to cut that. They are doing this so easy. What we have to do? Just go and sit with them with open doors. So two most important practice which everyone can do. First chanting. Most important chanting. Secondly, read every day something. And if you ask where to start with, Chaitanya Charitamrita. Read 20 minutes, 30 minutes if you don't have much time. 30 minutes is not hard, I know. I came this island many times, I know. It's not a very busy schedule here. It's not a city life. It's a very relaxing. But relaxing means making lazy. Nice breeze, lazy. No. 30 minutes, please. I beg you, every devotees. Please read Chaitanya Charitamrita every day. And you see, your progress accelerates so fast. If you don't understand anything, draw a line there. If you don't understand anything, write a question. And then, once in a week, we can have QA session. And we all know, Gopa Prabhu is always ready to help the Sangha. But his problem is, no one comes. In serious mood. Very few devotees, handful devotees, those are serious. He's ready to give his time. He's ready to give answers. He knows answers. So why not we take advantage of the situation? Once in a week, just keep a QA session. It can be in a temple hall or on Zoom meeting to understand Chaitanya Charitamrita. So if, suppose, we have 20 devotees and we all have questions, so then let's discuss one by one. Because if I raise question and he's answering, then others are also listening there, hearing that. And this way doubts are cleared and getting more understanding. And this way is easy to memorize Chaitanya Charitamrita. It always happens with question answers. Understand? So do this and make a progress in life. Otherwise, waste. Like frogs, cracking all night. What is the purpose of life? Nothing. Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol, Śrīmad Bhaktivedānta Trivikrama Goswami Mahārāja ki Jai. This was the mood of Śrīmad Trivikrama Goswami Mahārāja. Okay, thank you so much. And tomorrow again we have program at Shivasana. Yes, at God's Prabhu. God Prabhu's home there. We hear more stories and glories of Srila Gurudev. Now we're going to have a quick Arati. God Arati. And
actually, Gorpathan does a weekly Jaiva Dharma study at his place and also on Zoom. Since your last time here, he started it.
oh, very nice.
There's a few others coming.